Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Well, happy Monday. So, loaded up yesterday's forgotten video, now today. So you heard the siren. It is Black Hat Commentary. And there are probably going to be a lot of those between now and the 44 days till the day after the election. November 3rd, or is that what it is? I've got my little app that tells me how many days we got left before it all hits the fan, my friends. But I think people have already become unglued. 44 days left till I call it Meltdown 2020. Oh, why did they just cut off Glenn Campbell? That's terrible. Well, some little pop-up window wanted to preempt him. So anyway, here's obviously the Ruth Bader Ginsburg stuff is going to go off the hinges. So be ready for that. But I was just listening to a podcast with a Felicia Killings. I don't know if you've heard of her out there in my listenership. That conscious conservatism, a black woman. I listened to an interview by her, by Bridget Fedesi. And it did raise a question for me that if we're trying to be considered and respectful people, we want to be more cautious, or at least mindful, if you're not cautious, mindful of the words you use to simplify your thinking process. Because oftentimes, simplification is just laziness. And let's leave that to the left. The left have two gears, lazy and violent. And somewhere in between them is thoughtful living and constructive conversations and even active debates. But the left goes from basement-dwelling losers to building-burning rioters, and there's no in-between for them. So here's a phrase I would suggest, if you're a good conservative, you stop using. Plantation in reference to anything with blacks. I think I've heard the phrase used, and I know Candace Owen uses it, the Democratic plantation. But I think it's a manipulative phrase. It is a phrase used to make blacks feel guilty if they want to be associated with the Democratic Party. And it's a loaded word. And so maybe maybe because it has some sort of influence or impact, that's why it gets used. But I would really encourage you, if you are mindful, do not use the word Democratic plantation. I would ask, why do you want to be part of the most impersonal party out there? And that's the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party does not care about persons at all. They are a big collectivist blob. You know, they just move. They move along and they devour you and you get assimilated into them. You know, you either get obliterated because you're an opponent or you get assimilated as part of the indistinguishable mass. And so I would just encourage that as a something to be thoughtful about. You know, my approach tends to be personalist. If you're liberal, I can live with you. I don't hate liberals. I do hate leftists because attitude matters to me more than appearance. Although appearance can give a window into attitude. They can be tell signs, but you can only have confirmation by engaging the person. You know, certain things you wear will be little tells that you're broadcasting this. How strongly rooted is it? I really don't even know if I talk to you. So that's, something that I was just, this podcast I heard this morning woke me up to. And I want to be mindful of always treating persons as individuals. Even if they belong to a group, what is their degree of buy-in to that group or appropriation of that group's norms. Maybe they're a very fringe member of that group, or maybe they're at the core of it, only conversation. Of course, you can read what they write. If they write or do something like this gives you a good idea. Anyway, just a thought on a Monday morning. Happy Monday, everybody, and buckle up for all the fun. I'm sure I'll be having a lot of these Black Hat commentaries as it all hits the fan. Good day.